I'm live. Hello, guys. So I just want to say, as like a thing, I started saying it and then I stopped. But the reason I do live streams is because I don't have enough signal to upload videos here. But I do have enough signal to do live streams. So yeah. So I'm treating the live streams as if they'd be my weekly videos, and there will be weekly videos coming back, but I think I'm going to carry on with the live streams. Like, as of next week, I'll be in an area where I can upload again. Like, I have been uploading odd things, but they've taken 3 or 4 days to upload. Like, literally, I've had to leave. Like, it's been ridiculous. So just going live is easier. And well, yeah. But next week there will be the normal weekly live stream. And there will be hopefully a uploaded vlog as opposed to just a live stream. Primarily my content is going to stay Disneyland Paris. When I can get back to Disneyland Paris. So my vlogs for the time being will take a very non-Disneyland Paris my vlogs will take a very non-Disneyland Paris road for at least a little while. Whereas my live streams will all be based around Disneyland Paris. And yeah, so yeah, next week will be obviously the live stream on Monday, and will also be on either Tuesday or Wednesday. Actually, it'll be a bit later in the week because next week is we open for shows next Wednesday. So what I will probably do is do my vlog on Friday. I'll film some stuff to do with the show and then upload a vlog on Friday. Just gonna wait for a few people to come in before I get started. I know that Jodie is planning on popping in. She is rushing home from work as we speak, and she is planning on hopping in. So I've got something quite funny to show her. Hopefully she's gonna love it. So this week I'm going to talk about I'm talking about buffet options and table service options at Disneyland Paris. I might have to put my glasses on because my eye is watering like crazy. So yeah, Jodie is planning on coming in. She is literally, like I said, she is on her way from home. She's rushing home like a lunatic as we speak. So when she does get here, she might be in her uniform, she might not. Hopefully she's going to have a set of these on her head. And well, hopefully she'll be really tired, but hopefully she'll look amazing, as she always does. And she'll be able to give me a good sort of, because obviously, hopefully our restaurant tastes will differ, because when I did the hi Miriam, hi Chris, hopefully mine and Jodie's tastes will differ, because when I did the quick service stuff, I thought Jodie would have a lot different opinion to me, and then when we did a little extra live stream after she got home from work, and it turned out she had the same opinions as me. So I'm very interested to hear her opinions on this. But like I said, she is rushing home from work as we speak. Bless her, she's probably going to be so tired. Hopefully when she gets here, she'll have a pair of these on her head and she'll look nice and refreshed. So yeah, I'm just going to start it off while we're waiting for her to get here. I've also invited the other sister in. So there's Jodie and Carly are sisters, and then last year we sort of all became an adopted family, so I am now the third sister. So we are 3 Disney sisters, and so yeah, we see each other as sisters. We are sisters. We don't need to see each other as sisters. We are sisters. And so when I say the other sister or my sister, I mean Jodie and Carly. Carly is the third sister. I've invited her to come along as well. I don't know if she will. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, Jodie is getting here. Before I start on the main part of this stream, I just want to something serious happened here yesterday. There is an aerodrome over that way, over there, and yesterday, I don't know what time it was, 4:30 in the afternoon, that 4 biplanes flew over, and one of them crashed, and the pilot has unfortunately passed away. And it happened sort of in the next field over, near enough. Like the road to get here has been closed because, of course, they are doing all the investigations into why the crash happened. I just wanted to wish his family all the best, and I just and my condolences, and I just want them to take this time to to grieve. Hi Kay, you guys working so I can't chat, but listening will chime in if I can. That's fine. Chris is working as well. He's just listening in. That's absolutely fine. I understand that it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon for you guys in the States, on the East Coast anyway. And I know that it's 3 p.m. or even earlier than that if you're on the West Coast. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Anyway, with everything being said, I'm going to move on. I've paid my respects. I feel like I should pay even more respect, but I will do it at the end. So I don't know why I'm picking this up, because this is supposed to be a stream about table service, but this hasn't got table service written in it. This has got a list of all the attractions written in it, because I'm planning on doing an attraction arc with Jodie. When she gets here, I've got to tell her what I've included on it, because it's quite funny. We've got, let's just say, in Paris, you guys in Orlando, you have the monorail and the ferry boats as your sort of legendary pre-park attractions. We've got something that is probably even more legendary for all the wrong reasons. I forgot to but yeah, we've got something that is legendary for all the wrong reasons. And so when Jodie gets here, that'll be quite funny to tell her that I've put it on the attractions arc. But anyway, I'm going to start off with table service. So Kay, Chris and Miriam, where should I start? Should I start in the parks, the village, or the hotels? Because bear in mind, all of the hotels, none of them have quick service. They are all buffet or table service. So I can start anywhere really. Actually, I think I'm going to start. Yeah, I am going to start in the hotels. So in the hotels, we'll start from the park. You want me to start in the park? Okay, I'll start in the park. So the park. We're in the park, right? So I keep looking up at my Disney wall, and I'm getting distracted by the Magic Kingdom pin that I got. It's like a medal. I'm getting distracted by it. It's like really pretty, but I can't get it out of the wall. It's actually stuck fast in the wall. I'll tell you what, if I move the camera around, that's my Disney wall, and this is the pin that's distracting me. I don't know if you can see it. That's the pin that's distracting me. And all of this is actually stuck. Like, these ones I can pull out. These ones I cannot pull out. They are stuck fast in the wall. There. I actually cannot pull. I cannot pull them out. You only know about the restaurant in Pirates or some in the village area. Yeah. I'll start, if you want, I'll start off with the restaurant that's in Pirates. The restaurant that's in Pirates it used to be called Blue Lagoon Restaurant, and now it is called Captain Jack's. I forgot to put my it's now called Captain Jack's. I have seen Jack Sparrow himself in there, actually. There's been a few occasions where Jack Sparrow has gone in there. I've seen him in there in the Pirates versus Princesses season. I've seen him in there when it first reopened as Captain Jack's. So yeah, it's one of the more pricier. My ears are really, really loose for some reason. I've kept the same headbands, and for some reason they've gone really, really loose. Maybe you need to start getting child-sized ones. But yeah, so it's Captain Jack's is on the more pricier side of things. You can get a la carte, but for a lot of them, they have a lot of the stuff is set menus. So you have sort of 3 or 4 different tier levels for menu. I personally haven't eaten in there since it's been Captain Jack's. I ate in there when it was Blue Lagoon, and I had probably the nicest food I've ever had at any Disney restaurant, and I'm quite sad because they no longer do that. It was like a swordfish. I'm gonna say a paella, but it wasn't a paella. It was, I don't know what it was. But it was like swordfish and rice and various other, like a swordfish stir fry almost, but it was really nice. Like a swordfish, yeah, I don't know. It was something with swordfish in it. It was the nicest thing I've ever eaten at a Disney park, and I can't remember exactly what was in it, but it was the nicest thing I've ever eaten, and now it's no longer on the menu. What is on the menu is stuff like mahi mahi. I know that sea bass is on there. There's various, it's not just seafood in there anymore. It's like Jamaican food and Caribbean food. So you've got like, I say Jamaican food. It's not really Jamaican food because it's more curries and stuff. It's like, but I've not been in there. I've been aiming to go in there, and truth be told, I had a reservation, but COVID stopped that reservation. So yay, COVID. But it is one of the really, really pricey ones at Disneyland Paris. I believe with some of the set menus that a drink is included. It might not be. I can't remember for certain. But it is one of the pricier restaurants in Disneyland Paris. As Kay has mentioned, it is inside the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction. So you will see the boats going past, which is brilliant. You can get a table that is like literally on the water side for the ride. You're separated from the ride literally by like a rope. So yeah, that's Captain Jack's really. Like I said, sometimes he makes appearances in there. It's not a character dining location by any means, but sometimes he does make an appearance in there, which is always fun. He's always a good laugh when he's in there. Next, I think we'll go back to Main Street. We'll go back to the beginning. We'll go back to where it all began. We're going back to Main Street USA. On Main Street USA, we don't have a Tony's. Where the sort of town square area is, there is no restaurant down there. Mickey Theatre is in Fantasyland in Paris. There's also no Starbucks in either of the Disney parks. I'm sorry, that's my biggest pet peeve about Disney, is that they have Starbucks in their parks in America. I nearly cried when I saw that. I was very annoyed. But yeah, we don't have Starbucks in the parks. The only places for Starbucks are the Hotel Cheyenne, the Hotel Santa Fe, and the Village. So yeah. Main Street USA, your table service locations. No Joffrey's either. No Joffrey's in Paris either, okay? So, like, quite frankly, okay, if we had Joffrey's, maybe. But to have these big brand names moving into Disney, I don't like it. I really don't like these big brand coffee names. I don't mind if they're just sort of sponsoring the park, or you can just go in and you can get a Starbucks branded iced coffee, or a Starbucks branded, like if they were just in like the Market House Deli or something and their coffee machine happened to be like the Starbucks one, wouldn't mind that. But putting a full-on Starbucks on Main Street USA is not, to me, that's not in keeping with the theming of that land. Don't come for me, it's just that it's not in keeping with the theming of Main Street USA. So I'm trying to keep an eye on the bottom. Need caffeine in the morning. Well, luckily, okay, if you are staying on site, if you are staying in the Cheyenne or the Santa Fe, there is a Starbucks there. And there is also Starbucks in the Disney Village. There's a Starbucks in the Disney Village. The Disney Village, which is the downtown area, to me, that is where these big names should stay. They should not be in the Disney parks. So I'm glad that they have not made their way into Disneyland Paris. If they ever do make their way into Disneyland Paris, I shall kick up a stink. But yeah, there are plenty of coffee spots. Okay. I'm going to put my glasses on because my eye is really killing me. It's allergy season and my eye is just going crazy, and I'm also supposed to wear glasses when I'm looking at screens. So right, so yeah, you have got your coffee locations, okay? Don't worry, there's loads of coffee locations. It's just that it's not a branded coffee. The hotels, for the most part, have got coffee and tea facilities available. There are not in the, I haven't seen any in the Santa Fe or the Cheyenne, but like I said, the Santa Fe and the Cheyenne have got Starbucks and they have got vending machines. So you don't, that's, you go there if you want your coffee there. They also sell coffee at the bars. So yeah, I'm going to try and stick now to the table service and all that in Main Street USA. There are a few locations. There is Walt's American Restaurant. It's barely ever open anymore. Again, it was a mega pricey option. It's got memorabilia, genuine memorabilia from Walt's life inside. So it's a little bit like a dine-in Walt Disney Museum. There's actual artifacts of. That's okay, Kay. Don't worry about it. I enjoy getting distracted, believe it or not, because I like the way the chat's running. I like talking to you guys. So I really enjoy the distractions. Don't think that I don't like the distractions. I really like them. I really like interacting. So distract away. So yeah. Walt's on Main Street USA. It's got artifacts from Walt himself. It's got memorabilia of his. So it's a big deal, but it's barely ever open anymore. I think they were due to reopen, but again, the COVID. Yeah, the COVID happened. Again, that's American. That I say American stuff. By American stuff, the French basically mean steaks. It's true. Hamburgers and steaks. That's basically what is seen as American. But yeah, I've mainly seen. I have mainly seen steaks in Waltz. And then also on Main Street USA, you have Victoria's, which is stuff like desserts, it's waffles, it's milkshakes, it's crepes, it's all that sort of thing. And again, it's barely ever open. It's barely ever open, and I can't. It's barely ever open. Like every time I go, I want to go to Victoria's so bad, and I see so like Victoria's is where you're going to get the most amazing looking like character themed food and character themed drinks and character themed snacks and stuff, and I want to go there so bad, and every time I go it's closed. It's basically on a seasonal opening. But even when I've been in the school holidays before, because it's not the school holidays in France, it's been closed. The only time like that I've been like I've not personally been in this time actually, but the only time I've known it to be open at the same time is like the school holidays over here is when it's the school holidays over there as well, since summer holidays. But it's a really nice restaurant, and if it's open, like I would say to anyone, you got to go. And the last place for buffet / table service in the I'm going to take these off again. Oh, okay, those are coming off as well. The last place is Plaza Gardens restaurant. Now, Plaza Gardens is a character breakfast location. It is only characters in there for breakfast. We don't have them in there for lunch and dinner. Breakfast is done in 2 sittings. So you have one sitting when the park opens, when they open the gates of the park, which is usually around about 8 a.m. is when they usually open the gates for the park, and they let the first sitting at Plaza Gardens in at 8:15 a.m. It used to be a buffet. It's still all you can eat. However, it is no longer a buffet. It will probably go back to being a buffet. But for the time being, it's an all you can eat where it's table style. Well, not table style, it's not family style. It's kind of family style, but it's not. It's still all you can eat, but basically like they've set the plates up for you. You tell them what plate you'd like, they'll go and get it for you, and yeah, that's the way it's working, that's the way it's running. And yeah, all the buffet locations are currently working like this. All the buffet locations are currently sorry if I seem distracted. Basically what is happening is because I'm live, I can see myself in the camera. I've got my makeup on, and I haven't worn my makeup for months, and my double chin is getting to me. Usually I put makeup on around here, and I have forgotten to. I must remember to do that when the shows are on next week. But yeah, I'm very self-conscious, and I don't like seeing myself on screen. And when you're live, you can see yourself on screen. and yeah, I don't like it. But hey ho. But yeah, I'm going to try not to look at the screen. So there is Plaza Gardens. In the second sitting, I think, when does the second sitting start? Possibly at 9:30. 9:30, 9:45. Could be wrong, but I think that's roughly what time it starts. It used to be 9:30 when it was over at Cafe Mickey's, the character breakfast. No, thanks, Miriam. I'm not good with it. I've actually got where that Mickey Mouse is hanging over there. It's a full-length mirror, and it's not only hidden because of Ozzy. It's hidden because I don't like seeing myself at all. Like, there's no. If you were to come in here, there's no mirrors, none. But yeah. What sort of food? Like, the foods on offer at Plaza Gardens were so, and still will be, I should say, so nice. It's a mixture of just about everything and anything. And I would say, yes, they're better. It's better food than the buffets at Walt Disney World. It just is. Like, it's not the same food as what's on offer at Disney World, and it's just a lot better. Thanks, Miriam. I think I am part vampire. I'm very pale. I don't like seeing myself in the mirror, so I have no mirrors. I don't like seeing myself on camera. Yeah. And I have fangs. I genuinely have fangs. Like, my canines actually grew pointed, so I genuinely have fangs. Great. What else is on Main Street? That's it for Main Street. Let's move on to Discoveryland, because Discoveryland is really easy. There are no table service or buffet service locations in Discoveryland. Boom, done. Discoveryland is done. Gonna go across the park. Thank you. I'm gonna go across the park to which is the one I'm getting them mixed up. I'm getting Orlando and Paris mixed up. It's Frontierland. See, this is because I've been watching videos of Jungle Cruise, so I'm now getting mixed up as to what order our park is in as opposed to what order Magic Kingdom is in. So yeah, stay up. I either need a bigger head or, oh, that works. So yeah, in Frontierland, you have sometimes the cowboy cookout and barbecue is sometimes that's a buffet location, sometimes it's quick service. It's a bit in between. I know, Miriam, you prefer it as the quick service. I prefer it as the quick service. I think it's just a general thing. We all prefer it as the quick service. It just works so much better as a quick service. But it does occasionally open it. It closed for refurbishment, and they reopened it as a sort of discount buffet service, but it was nowhere near as good. Like, I think they were trying to be Billy Bob's. They were trying to be Billy Bob's. Billy Bob's for Kay and Chris and everyone that's watching in the States. Yes, my wallet prefers the quick service option as well. Because we all know Disneyland Paris's food is not cheap. Like, the buffet services are cheaper than Orlando by far. It's when you go to a table service, you've got problems. So the other buffet slash table service. This one is a table service in Frontierland. It's the Silver Spur Steakhouse. As the name would suggest, it's a steakhouse, and it's themed. It's themed to fit in with the story of Thunder Mesa. Obviously, Thunder Mesa is the name of the town, aka Frontierland. And the story of Thunder Mesa should be made into a movie. Like, I don't know why they haven't done it yet. Like, stop playing with the Haunted Mansion. Do Phantom Manor and the story of Thunder Mesa. Just saying. Do that. It's so much better. So the Silver Spur Steakhouse was in Thunder Mesa. It's where all the rich people eat. It actually is stated in Thunder Mesa's story as the high end, where the Thunder Mesa's wealthy like to spend their time. So speaks for itself, really. It's expensive, but it's worth, like, if you're only there once, it's worth going in, especially if you are on a meal plan. I know that because of COVID they ditched the meal plans. Hopefully when they reopen, the meal plans will be back. Well, thanks, Kay. It is such a cool story. It's just an amazing, like, how have they not made a movie out of Phantom Manor and Thunder Mesa? Like, I know when they made the Haunted Mansion movie, they actually drew inspiration from Phantom Manor. So why couldn't they have just gone straight out Phantom Manor? And I'm not going to kid you. In my notebook here, I started writing a screenplay for Phantom Manor. I've got 2 words in. It's impressive. Did I get any more words than that in? Oh, no. On this page, I started again. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 words in on that page. I will get there eventually. I am writing a screenplay for Phantom Manor. So, oh, come on, Jodie. I'm staying live until Jodie gets here today because she is coming in. Yeah, Silver Spur Steakhouse is where all the rich and elite of Thunder Mesa went to eat, and wouldn't you know it, it's the priciest place in Frontierland. So that's that. Adventureland I have covered. The only table service in there. Oh, there's 2. There is 2 in Adventureland. Why was I thinking I covered it? Adventureland, you've got I keep wanting to call it Blue Lagoon because that's what it was when I was there. It was Blue Lagoon for the longest time. Now it's Captain Jack's. So if Miriam, like, say, if you hear me referring to the Blue Lagoon, okay, if you hear me saying Blue Lagoon, please, I mean Captain Jack's. It's just that for the longest time, that was the Blue Lagoon restaurant, and that was my favorite restaurant in Disneyland Paris when I was there, like when I worked there. And like, I spent so much time in that restaurant when it was Blue Lagoon. I loved the Blue Lagoon restaurant. Very dark in there though, and it still is very dark. Take a torch, a flashlight. Take a flashlight in order to see the menu because it's dark. Because Pirates is dark. Like, that part of Pirates is very dark. Because it's the first thing you see when you're on the ride is that restaurant. So yeah, you've got that one, and the other location in Adventureland is Agrabah Cafe, the Agrabah Cafe thingy, which is a I don't want to say Moroccan, but it is Asian themed. It's got curries, it's got very sort of Asian-y food, like curries and hummus and stuffs. Samosas, it's got samosas and poppadoms, naan breads, all different rices, all different curries, Bombay potato, all that lot. That one is a buffet. The Agrabah one is a buffet, or it was a buffet. Like I said, right now the buffet service, when they were open, they had changed it so that it was an all you can eat, but you had to tell them what you wanted. and they would go and get it, and then they'd bring it over to you. But it will be a buffet again once all of this palaver is over. Luckily, France are picking up speed with their vaccines now. So, and we do have a few dates coming up. I've heard a few dates. I'm not going to say them here because it's not for me to say, because it's nothing official. The only thing that is official is that non-essential retail gets to reopen in France on the 19th of May. So that essentially means that the Disney Village shops could reopen. So I think the one that we'll see reopen is once again the World of Disney, because every time that the non-essential retail has been allowed to open, that's what Disneyland Paris have opened. So yeah, that's the only confirmed date at the moment. Yeah. So yeah, Agrabah, the Agrabah one is a buffet. It's very, very Aladdin themed in there. It's like very Asian-y themed. It's amazing in there, and it's just, oh, you need to. When I next go, I'm gonna go in there and I will film in there so that you guys can see it. It's beautiful. And then moving into Fantasyland. Trying to think of all the different locations. We've got one restaurant in Fantasyland, that's table service, and that is the Princess Dining location. I think I saw it on a vlog but couldn't remember. Yeah, it is beautiful in there. There are plenty of vlogs of it. The Agrabah Cafe one is beautiful. When I worked there, when I was a cast member, it was actually set up a lot differently. It was proper, like you were sitting on barrels and stuff. It used to look like very genie in a bottle sort of thing. It was I Dream of Genie. It was so cool. It's still cool in there now. So yeah, Fantasyland's only buffet / table service restaurant that I can think of is Auberge de Cendrillon. It's basically dinner with Cinderella. So yeah, that is literally the translation of it into English is dinner with Cinderella. So as the title would suggest, it's character dining, it's princess dining, or would usually be princess dining if not for COVID. They have breakfast and they have lunch and dinner. All are princess dining. Breakfast is roughly around €49 per person. I'm not entirely sure. I think it comes with a drink. I'm not entirely sure. I actually covered it on one of my vlogs. I can't remember. Yeah, I actually covered it on one of my vlogs. And then dinner, there is a whole other story. It's not as expensive as Cinderella's Royal Table in Orlando, nowhere near as expensive as that. But character dining locations in Disneyland Paris are all roughly the same price. The cheapest one being Cafe Mickey in the Disney Village. But the rest, and even Cafe Mickey's is not far off the price. The rest are all very expensive. You're looking at €77 for a buffet, which is near enough $77, because euros and dollars roughly around about the same in currency exchange. So yeah, it's very the obviously the saving grace is that in Paris we don't tip, and the sales tax is included. So yeah, it's a pricey one, princess dining one. We did it when JJ was turning 3. He kept saying he wanted to meet the princesses, and this is where my brain sort of starts kicking in and weighing up whether it's better to meet them in the parks or meet them in the restaurant. Personally, I would pay the extra and I would go and meet them in the restaurant, because in our Princess Pavilion, our Princess Fairy Tale Hall, Princess Pavilion, whatever you want to call it, you are queuing for one princess, not two, one. And you can be in that queue for anything up to 3 hours. Now, some people, that is a lot of people actually, that is the first place they go when the park opens. They go to get in line to meet the princesses, and they're like, by the time the park is open to normal guests, it's already up at an hour and a half to 2 hour long wait to meet one princess. And then midway through the day, they'll switch that princess over with another I can't speak today. They'll mix it up. They'll change it over to another princess. So in the morning you could have Snow White, and in the afternoon Rapunzel, or in the morning you could have Aurora, and in the afternoon Tiana. So that, to me, I'm sorry, I wouldn't queue for that. I would pay the extra and I would go and have a really nice meal, because it is such nice food in there. It's pricey and it's posh, but it's nice. Like, take it from a mother of a fussy son, he likes the food in there. So yeah, I would say, yeah, don't queue for the princesses. Go to Auberge de Cendrillon and go and eat there. You'll get to meet Cinderella with Prince Charming. Prince Charming, yes, he will be there. He is there with her. And then it'll be 2 or 3 other princesses. When we went with Jay, there was a grand total of, I'm trying to think. No, it was 3 princesses plus Prince Charming when we went with Jay when he was 3. It was Cinderella, Prince Charming, Ariel, and Belle, and they were all Jay's favorite princesses at that point. He was mad on the princesses when he was 2 or 3 years old. He especially loved Ariel and Belle, and to have those as our princesses was amazing. Made his day, completely made his day. The only problem we had with the place is that Cinderella and Prince Charming there's sort of 2 rooms. There's the main room and then there's a sort of smaller room, and Prince Charming and Cinderella didn't seem to come out the smaller room. When we were wanting to leave because we'd finished, we mentioned to our servers that Prince Charming and Cinderella hadn't been down. They were like, have they not? Like, no. He went, oh my word. They looked at the timing because they knew what time we'd gotten in there, because it's all done by sittings, and they were like, oh my gosh, they're supposed to have been down here 3 times by now. And I just said, no, they've not been down here at all. We've had no Cinderella and no Prince Charming. All the tables in our row, all the tables in our room were waiting for Cinderella and Prince Charming. We had Ariel and Belle over and over and over, but Cinderella and Prince Charming, we were there for 90 minutes and they still hadn't come out of that room. So the servers and staff in the restaurant, they went to go and get Cinderella and Prince Charming, and the interaction was fantastic. Actually, Cinderella actually came out and said, we had no idea so much time had passed. We'd forgotten to come and see all of you, so now we're here with all of you. And yeah, that was really nice. Most little boys I know love Ariel. Some grow out of it, others not so much. Dougie loves Ariel, and I don't blame him. Ariel seems to be a favourite one, although there was a thing on TV earlier. There was a quiz show. My mum called me up to tell me about it. There was a quiz show about Disney princesses, which one people thought was the worst role model for girls. And Ariel. Ariel was voted as the worst Disney princess role model. The worst Disney role model, in fact, she was voted as on this show in the UK. Ariel was voted the worst role model. For the reason being, she sells her body, her voice, for a bloke she's never met, who, for all she knows, doesn't want her. Not only that, she didn't read the contract before signing it. And just the amount of mistakes that Ariel makes throughout that movie, she got named as the worst Disney role model for kids. I can't say I disagree. I putting everything together, I can agree. The only other princess I think that is on that level, in fact, no, she's not even on that level. Snow White, like Snow White and Aurora are not even on that level because they had met their Prince Charmings very briefly, but they had met them. Ariel hadn't actually met Eric. She'd watched him from afar. He had no idea who she was. Like, yes, she saved his life. But for all she knew, he could have not cared a bit about her. Yet she was very, very quick to sell her body, sell her soul, sell her voice to be with him. So yeah, I agree. She's probably the worst Disney role model. Especially out of the princesses. She is probably the worst role model of the princesses. Anyway, I've rabbited it on and on and on and on about that. So I'm going to go, we've done the main park. I'm going to go over to the studios, and this is actually going to be really, really quick. Miriam, you'll know why the studios is going to be really quick. Because there's only one table service open in the studios, and that is Bistro Chez Remy. Restaurant des Stars is becoming the Pim Test Kitchen. There was another one, like a little American trailer that was turned into an American style diner. That's gone. So yeah, in the studios, it's Bistro Chez Remy, which is located at Ratatouille. It's literally, you walk past it when you're exiting the Ratatouille ride. When you've just got off of the Ratatouille ride, you have to walk along the video. You have to walk along the windows of Bistro Chez Remy, and they're on your right, and you can see the restaurant inside, and it does smell amazing. I haven't eaten in there yet, but yeah, it's the only table service in the studios. Like, the Pim Test Kitchen will be, I should imagine, will be a buffet, just as Restaurant des Stars used to be a buffet. We are really low on dining locations in the studios. When we get Galaxy's Edge, I can't wait for a Ronto wrap. I can't wait for that. I'm not looking forward to the blue milk and the green milk. I can live without that. But yeah, all the rest of it that you can get at Galaxy's Edge in Orlando, I can't wait for that to come to Paris. I'm looking forward to the Pim Test Kitchen. I would like, because I know that when that area reopens, we had another quick service location in that area called the Blockbuster Cafe. It's the equivalent of the Backlot Express in Orlando. That was opposite. That was literally across the way from Rock and Roller, which is now the Iron Man roller coaster. Do you think they will open that burger place and the Airstream will ever come back? That's the thing. I don't know. It always got great reviews, and it was amazing. Like, it always got great reviews. It was so much better than Annette's, and it's gone. It's a shame. In a way, I hope they do. I hope it opens as part of Avengers Campus in a way. I'm also hoping that the Blockbuster Cafe reopens as a Marvel themed quick service location. I just think there's so much potential there. And please don't come for me for saying this. I am hoping that they close the Tower of Terror and redo it as Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sorry, but seeing the videos of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, I think that's what it's called, isn't it? It suits the ride a lot better. Don't get me wrong, Tower of Terror is great, but over in Paris, we're supposed to have different scenarios depending on which elevator you go in. I've only ever had the little girl, and so many people I know have all said the same thing. They've only ever had the little girl. So I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why they've only ever had the little girl. But like, if there are other scenarios, please show me. I would like to see them. It would help with the argument of whether it should stay Tower of Terror or become Guardians. But personally, I do think it should become Guardians. I think because Tower of Terror is sort of, it's in such a strange location. Like, when they built it, was in quite a decent location for the tower, but it doesn't make sense that it's now just this random tower in the middle of what will be the intersection between Avengers Campus and Galaxy's Edge and Frozen Land. So I would like to see Tower of Terror become Guardians, just because I think that will work so well. I've seen both. I think Tower of Terror fits best in Hollywood studios. Yes, in Hollywood studios, I fully think that Tower of Terror is the way forward. They should not mess with that. In Hollywood studios, it is. I think it's key to keep that as Tower of Terror, but in Paris, I think Guardians is a much better fit, because of the location of it. It's located basically they're building these new lands around the tower. So I just think put Guardians in there, make it blend in, make it fit in with the theme. It would work. It would work so well. It really would. I mean, I'll miss Tower of Terror, but Guardians would fit. So I'm hoping that we'll get a few more dining locations to fit in with Avengers and Star Wars and Frozen. I wonder what we're going to get in Frozen. Are we going to get like a chocolate? Do you imagine if we get a restaurant that's based on chocolate for Anna? Oh, we've got to get a chocolate shop, surely. Miriam, we've got to get a chocolate shop in Frozen Land, but it's got to be Belgian chocolate. It can't just be it can't be French chocolate. It's got to be. I reckon what they should do in Frozen Land is have a chocolate themed restaurant with British and Belgian chocolate, because they are the two best chocolates in the world. Don't argue with me there, but they are. Okay, off topic, but the Marvel show was a little cheesy. You're telling me. The Stark Expo that we had at Disneyland Paris. Really, it's a rip-off of what they have on the cruise ships. It works better on the cruise ships, but even on the cruise ships, it's cheesy. Yes, Miriam, I take it that yes is for a chocolate shop with Belgium and British chocolates. to me, that's a no-brainer. It would make so much money. Like, they're the two best. Everybody knows that Belgian chocolate and British chocolate, like, are above and beyond anything else, any other chocolates in the world. Just insane. Like, we need, like, yeah, it's amazing. Like, British chocolate and Belgian chocolate. Oh, I really hope that we get that. So yeah, I can't imagine what else we might have. I have the horrible feeling that we're going to get a few of the kiosk locations. I'm doing the Rob Fuzz. Okay, I'm doing the Rob Fuzz. Yeah, Cadbury, exactly. Cadbury and Galaxy, and yeah, they're the way forward. They are amazing. That's one thing I should vlog, actually, is Cadbury World, the Cadbury factory. I should vlog the Cadbury factory. If I ever get a chance to go there. Fingers crossed. Might get to go there this year. So I've lost my train of thought. That's because I'm seeking out chocolate. No, I want chocolate. I don't have any chocolate because I'm trying to lose weight. Like, I lost a lot of weight before lockdown, and then lockdown happened, and I put it all back on. Because I binge eat when I'm stressed, and I was stressed through most of lockdown. That's it. I was saying, I have a horrible feeling we're going to get a load of those kiosks, and that they're going to have that horrible fish soup. I don't know if you remember that, Miriam, when the frozen season was around, and one of the snack options was a fish soup. Don't want fish soup. I don't want it. I live in Bruges, lots of chocolate. You live in Bruges? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I know you have a chocolate museum. I was supposed to go there. Like, literally, when I was younger, I was supposed to go there. My family ended up not going. We went to Disneyland Paris instead. Where that took me. We actually had this beer and chocolate tour. My dad's mad about beer, and he loves his Belgian beer. And like, so he was going to go and do the beer side of Belgium. And we were going to go and do the chocolate side of Belgium. And that was going to be our trip. Because what was basically going to happen was that we were going to go to Belgium and do Bruges because for my 18th birthday. We had spoken about Disneyland Paris, and I had said no because my college was going to Disneyland Paris on a performing arts trip. I look really tired. That's because my eyes are bad because of the screen. I am going to put my glasses on because my eyes are killing me. But yeah, we were supposed to go to Bruges. Our college was going to go to Disneyland Paris, and then I had an audition for somewhere, for a show. I had an audition for a place of work, and I had an audition for a show. I got turned down for the place of work. They didn't want to know me. Because, and this was not my fault, they didn't tell me what I needed to prepare for the audition. They didn't tell me that they were going to expect me to bring a backing track and sing. I did not know they were going to ask me to do that. I went expecting acting and dancing, and they said, have you got your CD for your backing track? And I was like, backing track? So they didn't give me what I needed to be prepared, so I failed that audition. And then I got through another audition for a very, very big, very well-known worldwide show. a show that has once been a movie. In fact, I think it's the movie version of it that really boosted this show up. And I got cast in that show. And they turned around, and I say they turned around, the holiday place, the place of the job that I'd gone for, where I'd failed the audition, they heard about it, and they very swiftly contacted me, and they said, we know you're not due to start rehearsal there for another 3 months. You're going to need somewhere to work for those 3 months. How would you like to come and work for us? Oh, now you want me. Now that I've gotten onto a very well-known stage show, now you want me. So yeah, I went to work there, which meant I was going to be dropping out of college. So I was not going to get to go to Disneyland Paris. So the trip to Bruges got changed to a trip to Disneyland Paris. That was my first time at Disneyland Paris. The next year, I was a cast member. So it all just took off from there. Disneyland Paris love took off from there. So I missed out on Bruges because I went to Disneyland Paris. I had been to Belgium before, briefly. By briefly, I mean spent about an hour or so walking around a shop in Belgium before getting back on the bus and heading to Germany, because we were on a school trip. We'd gotten tired of sitting on the bus. So we got to Belgium and they went, go shopping! Great, yeah. Let's go and spend all our money before we even get to Phantasialand. Which some of us did. So yeah, I would like to go back to Bruges, Miriam. I really would. Like I said, we were supposed to be doing the chocolate museum and chocolate shops and that. Muggins here ballsed it all up by getting through auditions. And they were my first adult auditions, though, like, because I'd been like childhood all the time. I was getting through things all the time as a child. When you transition from child to adult in the performing arts world, it can be very traumatic and it's so difficult. Everything becomes so much harder. So yeah. Anyway, I've gotten really off topic. I've covered the park, I have covered the studios, now I'm going to cover the village. The village, I'm not counting Five Guys, all the pizza places around there. They are not actually in Disneyland Paris. They are not in the village. They are at the village, but they are not in. As they are outside of security, I do not class them as being in Disneyland Paris because you don't have to go through security to get to them. I'm only counting the ones where you have to go through security to get to them. So that includes the village. Now the village, oh come on Jodie, where are you? The village used to have, yes, we do have Earl of Sandwich. I did cover that on the quick service one. Okay, we do have Earl of Sandwich in the village. It overlooks Lake Disney. It is one of the best places ever. When I go there when it's very cold, that's my, when I just want to chill, Earl of Sandwich is my go-to. I just go and I sit for hours and hours and hours. Like literally I spent a whole day in there once. I went into the Studios park to go to a shop and get some Studios merch. Came out of there, went to Earl of Sandwich, had lunch in Earl of Sandwich, stayed in Earl of Sandwich, had dinner in Earl of Sandwich, and then went back to the hotel. I've genuinely done that. So we used to have a dinner show in the village called Buffalo Bill's Wild West Show. Enough said about that. I'm not going to go into why I do not like that show. I never liked that show. It's very, if you want to know, message me on Insta or on Twitter, and I will tell you why I do not and have never liked Buffalo Bills, and why I'm very glad that it's gone for good. Why do I think there is a Rainforest Cafe? Because there is. We do have a Rainforest Cafe. We also have a Planet Hollywood, which has just had a stunning new paint job. It still looks like the traditional Planet Hollywood with the big blue dome and the stairs going up. It's just had a brand new paint job, and it looks stunning. Like it needed it for decades. I was gonna say decades, years. It needed it for years. It really needed that paint job, and it looks so much better. And also the menu in our Planet Hollywood is different to Orlando. Luckily, we are still on the menu that has Texas Tostadas, and the older menu, basically the decent menu. Yeah, we do have a Rainforest Cafe. I have footage in some upcoming vlogs of Rainforest Cafe. It's I'm making some vlogs out of the trips that we went on with Jay when he was a child. I'm just waiting to get the SD cards, and I shall be making some vlogs out of them. One of which will be very entertaining. It's Jay terrified of an elephant in the Rainforest Cafe. He wanted to sit next to the elephants so badly. We got sat next to the elephants, and he pooed himself, quite frankly, when the elephants moved. So that's, yeah. But yeah, we do have a Rainforest Cafe. You have to, there's an obligatory stop. You have to stop and say hello to the crocodile, the alligator, whatever you want to call it. You have to. Yeah. We also in the village have Annette's Diner. Annette's Diner is an American themed diner. Way back when, the servers all used, like the waitresses and that, they all used to be on roller skates. Sorry that I'll miss Jodie, but I really do need to get to bed. Okay, see you next week, Miriam. I don't know where she's gotten to. I was only supposed to be on here an hour, but she's clearly not made it. Nice to see you, Miriam. We'll see you next week. So yeah, we have a Annette's Diner. Actually, let me just, if the screen goes blank a second, I will be back. I'm just going to message Jodie. I want to talk about Annette's Diner with Jodie on. So, I'm just messaging Jodie. Where's Jodie gone? On. Right, I'm coming back. I'm back. Right. Sorry if everything was a bit everywhere there. So, I'm going to leave Annette's Diner for a few minutes more. We have a buffet location, LaGrange at Billy Bob's. Billy Bob's is a saloon. It is a country and western saloon, so it's constantly got like line dancing and stuff going on in there. And Billy Bob's LaGrange is a buffet restaurant, or will be a buffet restaurant again when all of this is all over. It's barbecue Tex-Mex food. It's amazing. It is so nice. And we also, around there, we do have another steakhouse that is just around the corner from Billy Bob's. Again, hey, no, sorry, I'm feeling super poorly and going to bed. Okay, so Jodie's not coming in. She's just messaged me saying she's not feeling very well. So I will do Annette's another time, because Annette's is the one I really want to speak with Jodie, because we have quite a bet. We have quite a strong bet. Actually, I'll say it now. One of the burgers in Annette's is called the Annette's Ultimate Maxi Burger. It's about that big. And I said to Jodie, on the first time I go back there, my first meal at Disneyland Paris will be the Annette's Ultimate Maxi Burger. I'm going to give myself a heart attack. My challenge is that I have to finish it all. So that's, I guess I can show you actually. I had a surprise for Jodie. Jodie works at a place called Haven Holidays where they have their own characters and stuff. And one of the characters is called Anxious. And Anxious is a pink elephant. And I have loads of Anxious stuff. And I have made this Anxious a very lovely pair of ears. She is sporting her Lightning McQueen ears. And she's doing the Rob Fuzz. Oh, they fell off. Actually, they might be tighter. Let me see if these ones are tighter. Oh, these ones are tighter. I don't know why the other ears were so loose. Maybe it's because I've changed the innards. Maybe I need to go back to having the velvet / felt. Then it's got a bit more friction on there. So yeah. So we have Annette's, we have Planet Hollywood, we have Rainforest Cafe, we have a steakhouse, and like I mentioned in the quick service, we have a McDonald's. The last and final like table service location in the Disney Village is a character dining location. It's the cheapest character dining location on site at Disneyland Paris. It is Cafe Mickey's. Now, this used to open for a character breakfast. It no longer does. It's now just lunch and dinner. And it also used to have a lot of party atmosphere. Okay, on Insta, I'm going to send you some links. I showed Rob one of these links, and I said I present to you chaos in a restaurant, because that's the only way to describe it. Like back when I was there, I worked Cafe Mickey's once, maybe twice. It was chaotic, to say the least. Now they have a rule where you must stay sitting down. If you are not sitting down, the characters will ignore you. They will actually push straight past you. They will not acknowledge you in any way. Like literally, they will just brush you aside. They will not have anything to do with you if you're not sat in at your table. You get, when you sit down, you get like a little pamphlet. And because of obviously the language barrier with multiple languages, what they essentially do is they've got diagrams of what to do and what not to do. And it actually clearly shows if you're standing up and following the characters are not going to interact with you. They are not going to have anything to do with you. Which is so needed in that place. Anywhere where there's character dining in Paris, that was so needed, especially at Cafe Mickey. Now, Cafe Mickey used to be a lot cheaper than what it now is. It's now 69, nearly 70 euros. So it's in keeping with the rest of the character dining locations in Disneyland Paris, one of which I still haven't mentioned. I've just realised, I thought this was the last character dining location in Disneyland Paris. It's not. When I get onto the hotels, there's one in one of the hotels. So Cafe Mickey is, again, it's steaks, pastas and stuff like that. It used to have a dessert buffet. It no longer has the dessert buffet. There used to be a party every so often. They used to have a dance routine to Think by Aretha Franklin. And I have also seen another song causing complete and utter chaos in there. I did have to do Think once or twice, and I do have footage. So yes, I shall Instagram you, okay, with footage of chaos in a restaurant, which is Cafe Mickey's. Cafe Mickey's will probably be the first character dining location I go back to. There's only one other character dining location that could trump it for me, and that's the one I haven't mentioned yet. That will be the very last restaurant I mention in this stream. So I'm going to move on to the hotels now. I'm going to start off at the values and work my way up to the Disneyland Hotel. So the value resorts, like I've said, none of the resorts have quick service options. The value resorts have a Starbucks. That's as close as you're getting to a quick service option at the hotels in Disneyland Paris. They all have buffets, or what is supposed to be buffets. You have La Cantina in the Santa Fe, and you have the Chuck Wagon Cafe in the Cheyenne. I believe I have vlogged them both. I might not have vlogged La Cantina, but I thought I had. I might have been sat in an awkward location. They might have sat me in between two families, so I might not have vlogged it. I'm pretty sure I vlogged, in fact I know I vlogged Chuck Wagon Cafe, just showing like the range. You get a mixture of what's in the parks and stuff that's not in the parks. Being that they're value resorts, the food is not as, I'm not going to say not as good, because it is good, it's just not as moderate as the moderate resorts. I have mentioned this before, you do not get free refills on your drinks at Disneyland Paris. It's not happening because of the sugar levy law. You will get given a cup which has a barcode on, and yes, you fill up your own drink at the Santa Fe, but it asks you to scan your cup, and then it fills your cup up. You select what you'd like, and it fills your cup up with the amount that is deemed by the EU to be suitable to go in that cup. And that's the one drink you're getting, unless you go to the bar and you order another one. And it's the same with the Cheyenne. The Cheyenne does not have the fill it yourself drinks. It's, you go to the bar with your receipt, because you pay before you go in. You go to the bar with your receipt, show, it says what drink you'd like on there. It's all been put on there by the cashier, like when you've come in. Not even diet soda, okay? Not even diet. Not even like diet or zero sugar. No refills. None. This is the EU for you. No. So, and before I get slated by people in Europe saying, oh, I'm just blaming the EU. Yes, it was the EU. You can look it up. The EU is the place with the sugar levy tax. We have it in the UK because we adopted it because the EU had it. But we do not stop refills. We now have, we didn't before, we do now have unlimited refills. So, yeah. But yeah, in France, you are not getting unlimited refills. You, in the Cheyenne, like I was saying, you get the receipt, you go over to the bar, and they will give you that a can, and a cup. If you want more, you have to go and order more. But like, you pay at that bar. Like, so if you do with 99% of the restaurants and that in Disneyland Paris, with the exception of table service, really, you're ordering when you get in the door. So any buffet service, you're ordering when you get through the door. You're paying when you get through the door. I mean, you're with buffet, you're paying when you get in the door. Cafe Mickey. I have known of some people, because they are on the set menu, they have paid upon entering. So yeah. And this is the same with the restaurants in the hotels. You pay upon entering. So again, you leave no tip. We do not tip in Paris. Like, I have actually known some servers to pick up the change. If you leave like a change tip, I have actually known some servers to pick up that tip and follow the person back out and say, you forgot this. So, but hey, that's just proof that over this side of the world, we pay fairly. Everybody's paid a fair wage. Like, everybody's paid for actually doing their job. They're, they're not having to rely on tips. It's brilliant. So yeah. In the Sequoia Lodge, is arguably by far the best restaurant on Disney property. The best restaurant on Disney property. Like, Hunter's Grill is just insane. It's amazing. Sequoia Lodge. Okay. If you are not aware, I did do like a vlog on it, and I did do like when I went. Actually, I don't know if I've been through the hotel. I don't know if I've done Sequoia Lodge yet. It's basically, it's a moderate resort. It's a bit like the Wilderness Lodge, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. I think they're getting ready to up it. Like, we've got keys, not stars, keys. So we've got. I thought they didn't make outstanding job. Yeah. Right. So Sequoia Lodge. It's like the Wilderness Lodge. I to show. Yeah, that is what I was saying before. Yeah, the tip is to show that they've done an outstanding job. Which, you know, I like leaving tips when someone has done an outstanding job, when someone does deserve it, when somebody has gone out of their way to make sure that we've had an absolutely amazing experience. I don't like, this is going to make me sound awful, but I don't like going in table service and buffet service mainly in Orlando. I detest that I have to leave a tip in a buffet location in Orlando, because I have done most of that myself. The servers have not gone and got my food for me. They might now, but when I went, I was getting my food myself. Like, I'm sorry, I've served myself here. I shouldn't have to tip you, but hey ho, your company you work for doesn't pay you well enough. Here's a tip. But that's going to make me sound awful, but I like leaving tips when someone's gone out of their way, when someone has done something amazing for me, when somebody has made me feel so welcome. Hi, Kelly. Thank you. But yeah, I like leaving a tip when somebody has gone so out of their way to make me feel amazing. So I think that's why I like leaving tips at certain locations in Disneyland Paris. But like I have said, I have seen it when the servers have chased after people and said, you forgot this change. And yeah, we also don't tip housekeeping. They're not allowed to keep it. Thanks for coming along, Kelly. I'm sorry that it's like I'm like 1 hour and 23 minutes in and I'm only on Sequoia Lodge for the I love talking. I love talking to you guys and interacting with you guys. So Sequoia Lodge has Hunter's Grill. It also has the Redwood Bar. It's basically, the Hunter's Grill is the main dining location, but at breakfast, like breakfast times, they will open at other locations within the hotel. And again, you pay upon entering. Only rather than like at the Cheyenne and over at the Cheyenne, you get given a can and a cup, and over at the Santa Fe, you fill your own cup up only once because no refills. At the Hunter's Grill in Sequoia Lodge, they will go and get your drink for you and bring it to you. The food is a much higher standard than at the value resorts, because this is a moderate resort. If, in my honest opinion, it's the best food on site at Disneyland Paris. It's amazing. You even have someone actually working the crepe station, and I so want to travel. I want to have one of those crepes, but I'm so scared to go over and ask for one, because I'm just like, oh, I'm just so, wow, they have a crepe station, and I get so like enamored and fascinated by it that I forget to even ask for a crepe. And the chocolate fountain, we have a chocolate fountain. Oh, I love Hunter's Grill. I absolutely love Hunter's Grill. Breakfast times, not so much. They try their best to do an English breakfast. They try. They fail miserably. When you have beans, baked beans in tomato sauce, you expect it to actually be some flavour. One of the off-site hotels has done their best for this. Again, this is the whole sugar thing, because the EU said you've got to take the sugar out of everything, which made everything tasteless. It means that the beans have no taste. So one of the hotels off-site actually puts like chopped tomatoes in with their beans, and at least you have some sort of a taste then. It's still rather bland because, again, no sugar. But yeah. So that's the dining location for Sequoia Lodge. The dining location for the Hotel Newport Bay Club, there are one table service, one buffet service. So again, the buffet service is similar. It's called Cape Cod, and it's very similar to Hunter's Grill. Only a lot more seafood based, because it's obviously, if you were to look at the Hotel Newport Bay Club, it looks kind of like the Yacht and Beach Club. We have the lighthouse and all. It's very nautical themed. And then so yeah, there's Cape Cod, which I think, this is hilarious. This is the best thing I've ever seen. When they were refurbing parts of the Hotel Newport Bay Club before it all closed down, they had like the walling, and they'd painted the walling, because in Disneyland Paris we don't have that green. We don't have that green. Every wall that's covering something has something on it. They turn it into a photo wall. They turn all of their walls, all of their refurbishment walls are Instagram walls. So like a Dumbo, there was when they were refurbing Dumbo, you could take a picture and make it look like you were flying with Dumbo. At the animation courtyard over at the Art of Animation courtyard over in the studios, they had this huge mural of all the characters that you could stand in front of. When they were doing the front lot for the studios, they had like all the characters in vintage cars and stuff, again making them into Instagram walls, so that having the walls up was not a boring thing. So there was none of this green malarkey at Disneyland Paris when something's being refurbed. So what they had when the Newport Bay Club was being refurbed, they did have the green, but they had painted on there the characters, painting over it with the same color as the hotel, and they had a sign up that pointed to where things were, and they missed the E off of Cape. So rather than say Cape Cod, it's the Cap Cod. Like, okay, it's now Cap Cod. And then the other location, I can't remember its name. Oh, that's really bad. I can't remember the name of the other location in the I nearly called it the Yacht and Beach Club, the new Hotel Newport Bay Club. Oh, what was the other one's name? Captain's Table. I think that's what it was called. I think that's what it's called. It could be called something else. I could just be thinking of a cruise ship. I'm pretty sure it's Captain Cod. No, Captain's Table. That's the table service. I've not been in there. But yeah, I love it. I've got Cap Cod on the brain. Oh gosh. So we've got Cape Cod, we've got Captain's Table, and then I'm going to, this is where the hotels get crazy for me, like to speak about the restaurants that are there, because the Hotel New York, as you'll know, has been closed for the longest time because they're turning it into the Art of Marvel, which will have it will have a character dining location for the Marvel characters. So within this location, you'll be able to meet Black Widow, Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, Captain Marvel. If I mentioned Black Widow, the Guardians are going to be in there. Yeah, just all the Marvel characters are going into the Hotel New York Art of Marvel. So like, but when it was Hotel New York again, this had like such amazing like couple of restaurants, but it's hard to go into because like it's not been open for so long, and like I have my memories of it are from years ago now, so it would be wrong to include it. I want to include it, especially as if what I think is going to happens, Hotel New York Art of Marvel will be the hotel that opens along with, it'll be the first hotel that opens when Disneyland Paris reopens. If what I think, because it's so far along now, it's basically ready to open. It's near enough there. So I think that could be the first hotel open. I really do. So we'll have to wait and see. Like, I was supposed to be staying in the Art of Marvel in November 2020. Yeah, November 2020. Of course, that went out the window. I'm thinking that'll probably be the first on-site hotel I stay in when I'm going back. Usually I tend to stay off-site. Sometimes I'll stay on-site. It depends if they've got like a fireworks show going on over Lake Disney. If they have, I'll get a lake view room and watch it from my room because it's warm. So like, but in the Art of Marvel hotel, like, there's so many different views. You can have a Disney Village view, you can have a park view, or slightly park view. You'd be able to see the castle, like you'd be able to see illuminations on the castle and that. A garden view, a river view, a Lake Disney view. There's so many different views. Like, it's amazing. And 9 times out of 10, like, you're pretty much going to see a fireworks display wherever you look from the Art of Marvel, if there is a fireworks display going on the lake, which they do every November to celebrate Bonfire Night with the UK. And they had the Frozen every so often. Like, they were starting it up in 2020. There was going to be a different fireworks show each month on Lake Disney, and of course it all went out the window, so that was that. Anyway, I'm going to move on from the Art of Marvel to Disneyland Hotel. Right, so Disneyland Hotel. I'm trying to think, like, I know they have Inventions. Inventions is the last, thanks Kelly. Inventions is the last character dining location at Disneyland Paris. If you play your cards right and you get there in plenty of time and you tell them where you'd like to sit, you can get a fireworks view room. You can get a fireworks view table for this restaurant. So for when we have illuminations on the castle, or when Disney Dreams is on and so on, you can get a table that can see it. You can see it from the hotel. So yeah, but that gets very crowded, and I am not going to lie, people will not stay when the fireworks are on. If you want to be left alone at your table to watch the fireworks, it's not going to happen because people are going to crowd around your table to watch the fireworks out the window. So that's, yeah. But this is a character dining dinner, and I believe they do a Sunday brunch as well. And this is with Mickey and pals. So this is Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Pluto, Goofy. I don't know. I don't think I've seen Daisy in there. I know Flynn and Rapunzel have been spotted in there a fair few times. Yeah, Inventions is the big 1K. Inventions is the one that everyone aims to go to. It's very expensive. I believe €77. In keeping with like the rest of the character dining locations. Yeah, it's very expensive, but the food quality, like the food is the best sort of The only other place that rivals it in the entire of Disneyland Paris is Auberge de Cendrillon. That's the only other place that rivals it at Disneyland Paris for food quality. It's insane. And the interactions you get with the characters in there are on a whole nother level. There is another dining location in the Disneyland Hotel, but it is for Castle Club members. And Castle Club, if you're staying in Castle Club, I say for Castle Club members, it's for people staying in Castle Club. There's no membership. If you're staying in Castle Club, you get a character breakfast every day, complimentary character breakfast. But if you're not staying in Castle Club, then never fear, because the character meet and greet location for the Disneyland Hotel is just outside Inventions. And quite frankly, when there is a huge queue for the characters in the parks, at about 10:30 in the morning, go into the Disneyland Hotel. You never know who you might meet with no queue. Any of the hotels, actually the outer hotels, not so much, but definitely the Disneyland Hotel, because everyone's in the park. Everyone's completely bypassed the Disneyland Hotel. They don't care what's going on in there. They just want to get in the park. So if you want to meet a character or two without having to queue, go on into the Disneyland Hotel. Chances are you'll meet a character. And that's it. That's it for the dining at Disneyland Paris. That is every single dining location. They have a bar in all of them have bars, and of course they all have lounge food and stuff. Again, Disneyland Hotel, very expensive, like mega. I'm talking, if I was to stay at the Disneyland Hotel, even with my annual pass, it would be cheaper for me to get on a plane and go to Orlando for 2 weeks, as opposed to staying at the Disneyland Paris for 4 nights. So, just saying, that's the sort of prices you can expect from the Disneyland Hotel. It's very expensive. I have stayed there. I will be staying there again as soon as the refurb is done. They have decided to refurb the rooms and make them all very princessy and update them. It needed updating. But yeah, the Disneyland Hotel is mega expensive. Like, I have seen it as much as, like, depending on when you go, I have seen it for as expensive as $1,500 for one night. It's very expensive. And that was in pounds, not in euros or dollars. So euros and dollars come to the same amount. So $1,500, you're looking at about nearly $3,000 a night at peak times. So it's a very, very expensive hotel. Again, the Art of Marvel, actually, Hotel New York, Art of Marvel will be mega expensive. However, this one has a silver lining in that if you, like, because when I booked for November 2020, when it was originally going to open, I had 5 nights at £415, and that was not using my annual pass. That was on Expedia, because even though I get discount with my annual pass, it is still cheaper often to book with Expedia. It's not necessarily the case at the moment because of COVID. It's not necessarily the case, because when I've looked at prices on Expedia recently, you have to buy the Disney park tickets as well. But that is because to have a hotel stay, you have to have Disney park tickets. To have Disney park tickets gets you in. You have to, like, and it'll be the same when it reopens. You have to reserve your entrance in advance. Unless you are a hotel guest. If you're a hotel guest and have gotten your tickets with your hotel, You do not need to reserve your entry. You do not need to say you're going to be there on a certain day. They already know you're going to be there on that day. So on those days, they know you're going to be there on those days. So you don't need to worry about reserving your spot. So that's why at the moment it's very difficult to book a room only. Annual pass holders, you do have to reserve your spot, but you can still use all of your benefits, like your guest benefits. So you can still have your friends and family, you can still use your friends and family discount, you can still use your privilege ticket discount, your guest ticket discount, as long as you're booking a minimum of 15 days in advance. But I need to, when they reopen for booking, I need to see, this might be the time when I actually use my annual pass in order to book a hotel room, depending on how much it's going to cost. I'm hoping that it will be the New York Art of Marvel. However, if that is not open, I will definitely be going for the big one. I'm going to treat myself at the end of the season, the end of the tour. I will go for the big one. And if I can't go for either of them, I'll go for Sequoia Lodge. Because I like the Sequoia Lodge. It's my favourite Disney hotel of all time. I especially like, there is like a globe outside. It's got pictures of like woodland animals and stuff, and that's the fire pit. And I like that fire pit. It's the prettiest fire pit I've ever seen. Not only that, the bar's really nice. Like I said, it's basically the Wilderness Lodge, just not at Wilderness Lodge's prices. I can get, like at the moment on Expedia, depending on when you go, you can get 3 nights, 4 days, including park tickets for £700. That's actually really cheap. And that's in school holiday days, so that's unheard of. And that's for an entire trip. That's park tickets and hotel. So that's really good actually, especially if you don't have an annual pass. That's actually a really good deal. I have an annual pass, I have an infinity pass. There are different tiers of annual pass. I have an infinity pass, which is the highest tier of annual pass, and I am very, very curious to see what discounts, like whether it will be cheaper to book with Expedia with park tickets, or will it be cheaper to book with Disney? I think this time round, and only this time, it will be cheaper to book with Disney. So I'm really hoping that it will be the Hotel New York Art of Marvel that I book at for my November trip. I have got somewhere reserved that's not on site. I haven't paid for it as yet because it's pay on arrival. At this point, I need to quickly mention the partner hotels. The Dream Castle Hotel, their restaurant is amazing. It's absolutely, it rivals anything that Disney's got, and it's cheap. It's €30, and you can use your annual pass there to get a discount. So even though that's not a Disney-owned hotel, it's not a Disney property, it's not on Disney property, you can still get 10% off because you have a Disneyland Paris annual pass. So it's a good little, yeah, the food is better than at some of the other Disney locations. So that about brings us to a close. I've been on for 44 minutes longer than I was supposed to. Jodie was supposed to come in, and unfortunately she's gotten home from work, and like I said at the start of the stream, she was rushing home from work to try and get on, and she was probably not going to be feeling her best. So yeah, she's not made it. She's not feeling her best. So big love to Jodie. There will be Sunday. I am actually meeting up with Carly. with one of the other sisters. I'm meeting up with Carly. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Depending on what time of day, might go to Pooh Forest again, but this time, because when I went to Pooh Forest last time, I only went as far as Pooh Sticks Bridge because I was with a certain person who, because I don't drive. I'm not allowed to drive because of various reasons, one of which is quite comical. I was with my ex, and he does not like walking. And when I'm with him, like, I will not go into this on stream, on YouTube at all. I won't go into it. It's a whole can of worms. I'm not going into it, but it's not good. And because of COVID, I've had to rely on him. So this is now I'm getting my freedom back, which is so good. But yeah, Anxious now has the phantasmic ears, and they're too big for her. So yeah, this headband is just. Let's do this. Yeah, I now have 2 pairs of ears on. So yeah, this is a balancing act. So yeah, that's it for today. Next week, all fingers crossed. Obviously, what I was saying is on Sunday, I was mentioning my ex and bad things. And last time I went to the Winnie the Pooh Forest, I only went as far as Pooh Sticks Bridge. I recommended it to somebody else to go that's on the show, and they took their son and they actually found all of the 100 Acre Wood characters' houses. So who knows, maybe that's something me and Carly can do. We're going to be in the area, so maybe that's something we can do. We can go and look for Pooh's house and Piglet's house and Tigger's house and Eel's house and Owl's house and all that. Maybe we can make that a live stream. I don't know. So yeah. Next week is going to be very different. Next week, I'm going to hopefully do the attractions arc. I'm not at the start of this stream. I mentioned that we have a you guys have your monorail and your ferry boats is like really amazing, like and amazing and amusing pre-show pre-park rides. We have one that trumps all of it. We have one that trumps all of that. I'm going to spoil it. I'm going to say it. We have the moving walkway from the car park to the parks. Because it barely ever works, and when it does, there's like a massive party that you get people that are going on the moving walkway purely because it's moving, and then they're going back in the other direction purely because it's moving. It's just one of those things. It's like, it's working, get on it. It's amazing when the moving walkway is working. It's like, wow. Yeah. So I've included that in my attractions arc. I think the moving walkway at Disneyland Paris is an attraction in itself for all the wrong reasons. So I think next week I'll be doing the attractions arc, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Jodie will be able to join for it. Although I'm not sure what time I'm going to be here next week. It could well be a lot later. Actually, it can't be a lot later. It might not happen at all. I have to see. Next week I'm on tour, so I only have electricity until midnight here when I'm on tour, which is 7 p.m. on the East Coast. So the latest I'll be able to go live is 6 p.m. on the East Coast. So it all depends on the way things are going on the show, and if we've built up, if we're in rehearsals. I am not performing. We had fun on the walking sidewalk. If you think that's fun, Kay. If you think that's fun, wait until you see the Disneyland Paris one. We now have LED screens to keep us occupied while we're on the walkway. Well, like I said, it barely ever works. So when it works, everyone sort of flocks to the moving walkway, like, oh my god! It's like the moving walkway, like, it's this huge party. It's like, wow, it's working. So yeah. I don't even know why we've got a moving one. I suppose it is quite far, but it's got to be a better way than the moving walkway that doesn't move. But yeah, next week will be a lot different because where we start work next week, I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I know I will be finished at 5 p.m. my time, which is 12 p.m. for you guys on the East Coast. That's when I finish officially on Monday. But it will still be the same as what is at the moment. At the other end of the caravan, it's been down here all day. I have the ticket office stuff in my caravan. So I have been taking bookings and stuff all day long. So that's, yeah. I finish in the ticket office at 5 p.m. If I'm needed in rehearsals, I will be in rehearsals. I'm usually not needed like rehearsal wise until Christmas, because Christmas is usually when I come out to play. I don't mind. It's nice. I quite like not having to perform every day. But yeah, so next week could be a little bit different. I'll have to let you guys know as and when I know. There will be a vlog next week. There will be a vlog coming up this week. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do for it. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I will try and throw something together. It might just be random bits and bobs. But yeah, next week there will be a live stream. There will be a vlog. There might even be 1 or 2 vlogs. Might go to Pooh Forest with Kai. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I might have a circus vlog documenting the first week of the season, if that's something you guys would like. I know it's something I would like, because I quite like to keep that as a memory of when we got back to normal. I would like to keep the memory alive of going back to work, so I'd like to keep that forever. So I think I'll vlog going back to work. Work has already started, like on the headquarters. We had the big top up yesterday, or part way up. We didn't put it all the way up, but we put it part way up, and the poles are still up. Like, she's been drying out. The tent needs a massive wash. She's been on the trailer for 15 months. It needs a massive wash. So it's tent bath time. There's a lot going on here at the moment. Like I said, I am now running the ticket office. The ticket office is open in the form of my caravan. And that is a 24/7 job. If the phone rings at 2 a.m. for a booking, which, yes, it does ring at 2 a.m. for a booking, I have to take that booking. I'm surprised it hasn't rang since I've been on here, actually, like nearly 2 hours now, and the phone, like the ticket office phone, hasn't rang. Wow, that's insane. So yeah, I might do, I'm going to do a circus vlog. Might hopefully be able to do something with Carly. If we do the 100 Acre Wood, that'd be cool. If we don't, well, I'll vlog it, whatever we do. And the live stream, like I said, hopefully it will still be Monday. If not Monday, then it can definitely be Wednesday. Although Wednesday actually is saying that is our first performing date, so it probably won't be Wednesday. I will try and stick to Monday, if not Tuesday. Anyway, that brings us to a close. I need to go and take my allergy tablet because my nose is running, my eyes are watering, which is why I've had to put my glasses. I'm supposed to put glasses on when I'm looking at screens and to also help with my hay fever, my allergies. Right now I'm like 3 hours overdue my allergy tablet. So I need to go and take that. Anyway, I just want to say once more that my heart goes out to Angus Buchanan's family at this time. It was a horrific crash, and I can't even begin to imagine what they're going through. Watching him in formation yesterday with the other 3 pilots, watching those 4 planes coming over in formation was amazing, and I'm so heartbroken for his family and what they're now having to go through. Yeah, so thank you for joining. It's been wonderful, and I shall see you guys again next week. Bye bye. Bye bye bye.